rock and roll.
On Saturday, August 1st, 1981, at 12:01 a.m., music television began its first broadcast.
MTV Music Television.
The first video was a song by the Buggles called Video Killed the Radio Star, which was actually kind of prophetic.
Video Killed the Radio Star was shot in one day and edited in two on a budget of $50,000. First broadcast on Top of the Pops in 1979, and then, 2 years later, it became a natural choice to kick off the MTV era. By the mid-80s, just about every music scene had their own video language. Rock was continuing its legacy of enormity and excess. Hip-hop was establishing a new visual language, and metal was using the video to promote headbanger culture. Through its first 2 years, the channel played almost no videos by black artists. But that's not because black artists weren't making music videos.
I'm just floored by the fact that there's so few black artists featured on it. Why is that?
I think that we're trying to move in that direction. We want to play artists that seem to be doing music that fits into what we want to play for MTV.
And on March 10th, 1983, Billie Jean aired for the first time. In less than a year, MTV had gone from not airing videos from black artists at all to breaking their policy of not paying for videos, all in the name of Michael Jackson.
In 1987, MTV would launch Headbangers Ball. The first episode would air on April the 18th, and it would be hosted by Lemmy and Phil Taylor of Motorhead. This new weekly series would showcase some of the biggest rock and metal videos of the era. I Want My MTV became the focal point of an advertising campaign that featured some of the biggest artists of the era.
I want my MTV.
I want my MTV.
I want my MTV.
I want my MTV. Call your cable company and say I want my MTV.
Revenue went from $71 million in 1984 to grow by 50% to 1986, over $111 million. You had young people, because of the I Want My MTV campaign, calling cable systems and demanding that MTV was brought to their homes and towns.
On September 14th, 1984, MTV aired the first ever Video Music Awards, which saw Thriller earn 6 nominations and win 3 awards.
The winner is Michael Jackson for Thriller.
The most nominated artists at those first VMAs was Cyndi Lauper, who ended up winning Best Female Video for Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. And perhaps the most important figure in this new movement was the woman who stole the show at the first VMAs, Madonna. Her performance of Like a Virgin shocked the world and started a trend of provocative VMA performances that continues to this day.
And they discovered the magic of reality TV, which would be the beginning of a trend that would happen over the next couple of decades. In September of 1998, MTV had launched a show called Total Request Live, hosted by Carson Daly. And the idea was to do a live show where the artist would come in the after-school hours and basically do a music kind of live variety show. And when they launched it, fans packed Times Square outside of the studios. It became must-see TV. It would get 700,000 to 800,000 viewers per episode.
And we can't forget Beavis and Butthead, two of the most lovable characters to ever grace a television screen.
Hey, wait a minute. Where are we going? I don't want to go to school.
It also birthed Jackass, Viva La Bam, Pimp My Ride, Battle for Ozfest, and Daria, an animated series focusing on a somewhat cynical teenager that some would say largely represented a vast proportion of the youth of America at the time.
In 2002, they launched The Osbournes with Ozzy Osbourne and Sharon.
Anyone that's ever watched even one episode of The Osbournes would know Ozzy had absolutely no idea what the fuck was going on in any of these episodes. And that's kind of what made the show incredible.
Rock and roll!
Then in 2009, they launched one of my favorite shows of all time, The Jersey Shore. By its 2011 peak, The Jersey Shore TV show drew 11 million viewers.
MTV had become such an integral part to youth culture that a new phrase was even coined to describe kids that grew up with MTV. It was called the MTV generation.
Nothing you say can upset us. We're the MTV generation.
May I have your attention?